Imperfect Gentleman Show.
And our lovely guest today is
Sasha.
Bam! And that was like an explosion right there. What's up, Sasha?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I've been trying to get Sasha in the studio, hang out with her, because Sasha is a fellow Black and Persian.
Yes, I am.
And like the rare species that we are, you know how I am. I collect Black and Persians. Like that is what I do. Everyone knows. Like I'm like, yo, you're Black and Persian? Yo, you're on the squad. We have to look out for each other. And it's not as easy to find Black and Persians as you would think.
No, it's really not. You're the only one I know besides me.
Yeah, but well, I mean, there's of course Yara Shahidi, who's like super famous now. You don't know who she is because you haven't been in the States for 4 years, so you don't know. She's like a mega star in the making. She's on the show Blackish and Grownish and is like all over every late night show. And hopefully she never becomes a comedian because then I'll be pointless at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't care what anyone says. I invented Black and Persian. Like no one was Black and Persian before me. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now, I invented it as a thing. It wasn't a thing. Like people weren't like, I'm Black and Persian. They were just like either Black or Persian. And I'm like, nah, nigga, we both. Like I created that.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of an exotic mix. I mean, I've never heard of it. And every time I tell people, or like, let's say I meet like Persian people, they're like, Farsi half mizane? Do you speak Farsi?
Like they do it and they like, oh my God, no. Like, so you're telling me you would believe in a government conspiracy in which the entire world is against Iran before you simply believed that a Black person and a Persian person could procreate and have a kid?
Yeah. I mean, it's not normal. I actually, I met this guy that's Persian and he told me, wait a minute, you're Persian and Black? And then, like, they kind of give you that look like that doesn't even exist. Or, like,
Exactly.
That's not common to have.
As if it's not possible. I'm just moving the mic so you can talk, like, right in the mic. I want you to get comfortable. Feel comfortable. Relax. I see you brought the dog.
Yeah,
You know, what's your dog's name?
Louis.
Why Louis?
I don't know. I don't know. He kind of looks like a Louis.
Definitely doesn't look like a Louis. And I'm sure there's a bunch of Louis in the world that are like, why does this bitch think I look like her dog? Like, that shit is just going to hurt people's feelings.
My dog's my best friend.
That's sweet. I've seen you. You really post with your dog. You know, another thing that separates you and makes us a rare mix is that you're also Jewish.
Yeah, I'm Jewish.
And that's like a popping thing because like now you've stepped into the realm of the rare of the rare of the rarest, you know?
Yeah.
So now there's literally just two of us. At that point, there becomes just us two. You know? Why? What, Louis mad that you're not by yourself?
Yeah, he actually has really bad separation anxiety. Like, I'll walk in the kitchen, and then if he won't find me, he'll start barking throughout the house, and he'll, like, look for me. Well, he was, I think, abused in the shelter.
He was abused in the shelter, yeah.
Yeah.
Like George, who isn't here right now, and hopefully he'll be coming in, he has a dog, Chaco the Cheagle, and you should check him out on Instagram. I don't know how his dog has his own Instagram page. Well, so another thing about Sasha that I really find interesting is that you spent the last 4 years
in Israel. I mean, I used to live in Israel when I was 9 until the age of 12. And then I moved here. And then 15 through 16, I went back. Yeah.
And you even served in the Army.
Yeah, I served in the Air Force.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So how was that experience?
It was amazing. I joined the Army with my 2 best friends who were in high school with me in Israel. And we all lived together. And we lived in, like, the heart of Tel Aviv, which is kind of like New York. Like, just everything's open. Everyone's out 24/7. There's always something to do.
Yeah, I
and
saw that. Everything. You were like at a party
house.
every freaking weekend. And here's the thing. It was like the baddest 2 girls. So it was like 3 bad girls living in one place.
Yeah.
Do you feel like people were like, did they treat you different in Israel because you're like not the typical Israeli or Jewish person?
No, I got treated the same way. I mean, people looked at me as if I'm weird that I decided to come there and join the Army when people are trying to get out of the Army and trying to serve. But that's about it. I mean, people looked at me like I'm...
So why did you serve?
Part of me wanted to. I really did want to go serve. I thought it would be a really amazing experience. And then in the middle of it, I was like, why did I do this? But then in the end, I finished due to my 2 years. and I realized it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
And like, is it a volunteer? Do they pay you? Did you have to pay for your apartment? Like, I don't think most of us know how that even works.
Okay, so basically, I am considered considered a volunteer, but a volunteer that's doing 2 years of service, which is the full service, like every other girl. The army, because I don't have family in Israel, so they give me around, I don't know how much it would be in dollars, around like $800 a month as like my salary and for my home. And I also worked a few jobs. Like I would do a bunch of things.
So you were doing the army stuff and like the Air Force stuff, and you were working jobs?
Yeah, I went home every day. I wasn't sleeping on my base. I went home every day until I got home at 4, and then I'd work, and I'd always switch jobs. I mean, I got bored. I like doing a bunch of things.
You're just extra.
I am extra.
You seem extra. Like you seem so extra. Like from everything I see in your posts. So then I feel like $800 a month would not be enough to live in Tel Aviv.
It's not. That would probably go to all my rent, and then I would have to work, or my parents would help me sometimes, or yeah. But I managed.
Yeah, you made it through, and you were there for like 4 years before you came here.
Yeah,
came back.
So
what's the culture shock like being back in the States?
Wow. First of all, I'm used to, let's say, going to the club at 12 and coming back at 5 in the morning, which here you go to the club at 9.
In LA.
In
That's
LA.
LA.
Oh, I didn't even know if it's outside of California.
Nah, New York is Miami is Tel Aviv hours. Like
I think I should be in Miami.
New York is
LA.
Tel Aviv hours, but LA, everything closes. The clubs close at 2, and that means 1:30 last call. And I don't even drink, and I'm like, whoa, because in DC we used to go out at like 12:30 just to go out.
Yeah, but it's not even fun because imagine you're you're wasted and you have to get out of the club at 2. Then what do you do? And then people have after parties, but
after
then
the parties,
that's
after
not
party.
fun. That's not fun.
And your music of choice, I've peeped game is you like the techno trance.
Yes, no, not trance, techno. And
Okay,
deep house.
because there's a big difference. There's all of it's doom 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 doom, and then the DJs are always like, "Is everybody having a good time?" Because they always fake like they have an accent. I swear most of them don't, right? And then they don't. They're like, "Hello, everybody. Is everybody? I'm DJ. That's my name." Like you can't even spell that, bro. You can't even spell that.
I don't know. I mean, I used to go out a lot. I used to know a lot of people in the nightlife. They would always do parties, do this and this. So, and I really like that music. I actually kind of want to get into music school to learn how to DJ and produce music.
You would, if you ever become a DJ, I will personally be your manager. I think you could be a freaking rock star. You have rock star quality.
Too.
Martin actually produces music.
Really?
And makes good songs. And it's like, isn't some of your music like deep house, trance? Yeah, shit. Like it's
What
what he
school
makes.
did you go to? Because I'm actually looking. I don't know where to start. So what would you give me as a tip?
He went to Full Sail. So he went to Full Sail and like he learned, but he actually mastered a lot of it on his own. He just went and got his degree. So it's like a combination, but I'll definitely link you with Martin. You could learn from him and just figure some things out for yourself and all that. But like, okay, let's go back to the Israeli thing because I want to get that and I want people to know you a little more before we get into the heart of the show. But like, first of all, being in the Air Force and everyone hears all these stories, like to us, Israel's like the war, right?
Yeah.
Is it really like that?
No. Everyone's happy, free, everyone. I mean, when I told someone from my high school here, he like hit me up on Facebook and was like, "Oh, you're in the army, you're serving in the army." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Isn't it like, don't you see like the bombs in the sky like fireworks?" And I was just like, "Wow, you're really not educated because
it's not like that."
It's not like that.
Because when I
at
went
all.
there, I was like, "Yo, this is so chill." Like and I'm telling you, I went to Israel and I went to Palestine, and I was like, "Yeah, I went to Ramallah, I went to Jerusalem, I went to Bethlehem." I mean, I was like in the midst, and it was like just chill. Like, do you feel like an animosity towards Palestinians? Like, do you not like Palestine? I feel like I got to speak Hebrew to you.
Yeah, I kind of like lost my English. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, but do you dislike Palestinians?
No, I feel like we're all human beings, and if you think about it, we all look up the same God, don't you? I mean, Allah, God, Hashem, God, It's the same God.
Yeah, God. Like
God.
a lot of people don't realize that the word Allah is simply the word God in Arabic. So like even if you're like Christian and you're Arabic, you still say Allah. Like, and a lot of times, like a lot of Hebrew and Arabic is like so close. A lot of things have just spilled over, and people say things all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just like people who aren't Muslims say inshallah all the time. Like that's very common. So it's interesting how the world perceives it here.
Yeah. Also, with the big move that Trump decided to give Jerusalem to Israel was a big move.
I mean, there's a lot more. It's just Trump made a statement. President Trump made a statement.
No, he did
and
something.
that statement actually has no bearing on international law, which is why it complicated a lot of things.
I just think it was really shocking for people to be like, wow, like he actually did it. Because I feel like Obama wouldn't have done that.
President Obama might not have done that, but then again, it causes conflict in a place that already has enough conflict.
Yeah.
So it's like, on one hand, I understand. On the other hand, I understand. Like, I understand why people are upset. I understand why people are happy. And it's one of those things where I feel like, what do you think the solution to that? I mean, you're actually there. What do you think is there a solution?
I'm really bad at politics. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know.
But do you feel like, okay, did you know Palestinians while you were in Israel?
No, but I did know a lot of Muslim, like it's normal. And I don't really tell people like, oh, you're Muslim, I'm not going to hang out with you. It's completely normal. I don't think they're wrong.
Would you ever marry a Muslim?
See, no, and not because of I just want to keep a Jewish home. But then again, if I do fall in love with a Muslim, then I fall in love with a Muslim. Do you understand?
Trust me, I, of all people, understand all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And it's an interesting fact. Do you feel like, okay, so as far as guys go, are you like now, because you were raised there and you were around that, are you attracted to Israeli men? Like, is that the look you find is hot?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. They're very European.
You like that look, like that Mediterranean look. So, because like if you were here, like you might have friends that like black guys, and that's because they were here and that's like what they became accustomed to. Is that something you find not appealing? Like you're not like, it's not, well, because it's interesting, you know? I feel like you are, nature plays a part, but nurture plays a big part too. So you're around it, so that's what you find attractive. Yeah. So do you not find attractive like white guys or black guys or Asian guys?
I do. But I was just in Israel for the last 4 years, and that's when I did start dating too. So, yeah. But now that I moved here, I'm sure I'll, adapt. I mean, you have to be a good guy, so it doesn't really matter.
A good guy plays the biggest part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what all girls say. They're all freaking liars. You know how I know? Because niggas who buy bottles at the club get all the bitches like, yeah, I'm a drug dealing, blah. And I'm like, oh, really? I went to law school. I have a perfect credit score. No one? Oh, okay, thanks. All right, bye. Like, it's just one of those things where you got to like, it's interesting. You know, like Martin's such a good guy, and it's like, why? Why not Martin? Why not Martin? All right, let's play a game, either or. That's when I ask you a series of rapid fire questions, and you give me an answer, and it has to be one or the other.
Okay.
So it's real simple. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
TV or movies?
Movies.
Books or magazines?
Books.
Swimming or basketball?
Swimming.
So white. Michael Jackson or Justin Bieber?
Michael Jackson.
No, I'm just asking. You want to know where your head at? You know what I'm saying? You might be young and be like, Justin Bieber.
No, I mean, he's a great artist, but
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
I always tell people Rihanna's way more famous in the entire world than Beyonce.
Yeah, she is. I'm
like,
sorry, Beyonce lost her magic like few years ago.
Like in the world, people love Rihanna.
I love
like
Rihanna.
In America, it's Beyonce. But in the rest of the world, it's hands down Rihanna.
I mean,
real
look,
talk. And even in America, it's obviously Rihanna. People love Rihanna.
Rihanna has the good makeup, good style, good everything. I mean, I'm wearing her shoes right now. And
those are Rihanna Pumas?
Yeah, these are the Rihanna
styling.
Fenty Creeps.
We got to show. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Sleep with your bra on or off?
Off.
Here's the thing. I always find it weird if a girl sleeps with a bra on. I will find it actually bothers me. It disturbs me. It's like you don't mind being strangled. Like, I really feel like you're a serial killer if you do. Or like you're just a problematic person. Like, the girl who sleeps with a bra on is the girl who's going to key your car. I'm just letting you guys all out there know that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Watermelon or grapes?
Grapes.
Very Mediterranean. Hummus or shawarma?
Hummus.
Wow. Are you a vegan or anything?
No.
So you do, but do you keep kosher?
No.
So you eat cheeseburgers all the time?
The In-N-Out cheeseburger is life.
It is? I'm not okay. I take Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out.
I've never had Chick-fil-A.
You've never had Chick-fil-A? Yo, okay. All right. This interview is over. Chick-fil-A is pop. I love Chick-fil-A. It's amazing. Their fries, amazing. Their parfait, amazing. Amazing.
What's a parfait?
Oh my God. This is why. So I'm going to have to like update you on things that are happening. I don't even feel like you might not know or understand these topics. No. The first one I wanted to talk about is the Women's March. I don't know if you knew, but just on Sunday, women all across the United States were marching for things like equality and empowerment, but marching against things like, a lot of them were marching against President Trump or sexual harassment or things of that nature.
Sexual harassment is a big thing this year.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I don't think it's a big deal just this year. I think it just became the issue of this year.
It's a trending thing this year. Like everywhere it's time's up, or everywhere he touched me, or anywhere it's this and this and this.
And what do you think? Like, how do you even feel about hearing about these women marching? Like, do you feel like you're a part of this, or you just don't care? Or
I mean, I care, but I'm not gonna march.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. The only march I would go to is Amber Rose's Slut Walk, and that's because that's funny to me. Like, I think Amber Rose is just a queen, so I would go to Amber Rose's thing.
Amber Rose's Slut Walk was okay.
Oh, really?
I wasn't as impressed. It wasn't as packed, and I wasn't as impressed as I wanted it to be, because it seemed to be, while it was, the message is accepting. Here's the issue I have with acceptance in general, right? I don't think that everyone has to accept everything. Mm-hmm. What I do think is that other people's lifestyles should not bias your own. So you shouldn't have an outward prejudice where it's like, I won't allow you to succeed because I'm biased against your race, religion, ethnicity, gender, et cetera, et cetera. But you don't have to accept things for yourself. I feel like a lot of times now they're telling you, no, you have to like it. Like if someone's trans and you don't like it, you're wrong. You're a bad person. You have to like it. In fact, you have to love it. And I can understand why, even with race, if I'm white and I'm racist, hey, you have the right to be racist, bro. Just don't let it affect your public life, which is a very difficult thing to do, but it's something that has to be done. Don't conspire against for the sake of only your personal racist belief. I'm not going to try to tell a racist white person they have to love me.
Yeah. Right?
But you have to respect me. Respect, they always say respect should be earned. Like, respect should be earned. I think respect should be given. Respect should be given and it should be received. It should be both ways. Mm-hmm. You should respect. Now, prestige, that's something that needs to be earned.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, like having the whole thing flow blown, or being really proud of how, wasn't there terror attacks because of race in America? I don't know. I think I read the news wrong. I
loved it. This is what the rest of the world thinks of us, by the way, guys. Like, she's just telling you what the world thinks, like that there were these terror attacks because of race, and like
there was
Black Lives Matter is a terrorist
yeah, that's what I was
attack.
Talking about.
It is not. No, they were just protesters.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
the news do not make it seem like that.
That's interesting because the news is like a media source. It's propaganda. They're doing it for ratings. They need to make money too. And you won't watch if it's like, today, grandma crosses the road. Back to you, Bill. It's like, grandma needs to get hit by a car and then shot in a mass suicide murder, and then it'll make the news. Yeah. And that's the news about things. Well, I feel like if I talk to you about Monique, you won't even know who Monique is. Monique is a comedian. Have you ever heard of her? Okay. So Monique asked all Black people recently, just this past weekend, to boycott Netflix. And the reason being is because Netflix offered her only $500,000 for her comedy special. And she feels that she's a very decorated, the most decorated actually, comedian, and that's not fair. And she compared it to how they offered Amy Schumer $11 million.
Oh, okay.
Who do you think's more famous, Monique or Amy Schumer?
Okay, well, Amy Schumer has really been on the rise, and she's probably in higher demands now. Sorry. Monique, I know who you're talking about, and I'll tell you how I know her from Soul Plane.
Exactly.
So that's really old. Like, Amy Schumer is kind of new, and I don't know if it's based on race. I don't want to say it's based on race, but yeah, I don't know. Amy Schumer is more new. She's a new face. Also, Dave Chappelle's on that thing, and Dave Chappelle's successful because
Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle.
He's a classic and he's good. I don't know Monique. Sorry, only from Soul Plane.
I mean, look, a lot of people are upset because Monique has like burned a lot of bridges. She won an Oscar for Precious, and ever since then she has gone against Oprah. She's gone against Lee Daniels. She went against, who's the guy that does all the Madea movies? I forget his name. Tyler Perry. I don't know. I always want to call him RuPaul, but that's clearly not who it is. All right. So like she's gone against all these people, right? And so since she's gone against all these people, everyone's upset. Like she's burned a lot of bridges. But then Wanda Sykes came out, and what Monique said was, hey, boycott Netflix. Then Wanda Sykes, who's also another comedian and also very esteemed, she said that Netflix only offered her $250,000. And what she did was she respectfully declined their offer and just went with someone else who offered more.
Yeah.
And as a comedian, I do see that female comedians and comedians of color are treated very differently than just white male comedians. I see that all the time. The nights that we have nights, the crossover appeal, even Jay Farrow has a show called White Famous because that's the dream, is to get white famous. When it's white famous, then it's mainstream. And when it's mainstream, it's with everyone and so forth and so on. But my thing is this, is like Monique just wasn't the one to take up the cause. Like if Tiffany Haddish, do you know who Tiffany Haddish is?
Yeah, I do.
Yo,
she's hilarious.
Tiffany's my girl. And the fact that you know who she is says a lot to her rising star. And if Tiffany Haddish had said something like that, then I would have changed my mind. And I'll tell you, even to the point where Tiffany, who, sure, as a friend, we're good friends, but more importantly, I respect her as a colleague and I love her as a person. Like, I'm a fan. She said something about Turkish Airlines not being good. And I'm actually like, yo, I would boycott Turkish Airlines because Tiffany said it. But I don't know if I would take up the cause for Monique.
Yeah.
Like, she's not the leader.
Yeah, she's not. Not these days, no.
Yeah. So it's just like, I'm like, Monique, you know? So that's the thing. I mean, I do think that there's an inequality in the workplace. I do think there's inequality when it comes to wages in Hollywood, as we've seen so much in the past couple weeks and months. It's okay. Let Louis mad too. Louis mad too. Like, it's just really difficult to like bring it up. Like, how do you gauge it? Is it because, first of all, do the men have more opportunities so they become more famous and so that way they get more money? Is it that we just don't value women as much? I mean, I don't. Do you feel undervalued as a woman?
He's really agreeing with you over there.
Yeah, nah, he's about that life. Louis has a feminist, like you're the feminist in his life, so he knows.
I mean, wait, I'm sorry.
Like the question basically is, how tough is it being a woman?
I mean, it's tough, but then like again, there's no woman president, or I guess that's what. I feel like women are trying to say, hey, like, just because you're a man doesn't mean I'm not as equal to your power. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I'm really bad at this type of topic.
It's okay.
No, I've been in Israel this whole time.
And just partying the whole time.
Not only, but like, we don't have these debates in Israel. Like,
Why? Why do you feel that is?
I don't know. I don't know. But like the whole sexual harassment thing is big here, and like all that women thing is big here.
Trust me, there's so much sexual harassment in Israel. Like,
yeah, I know. Okay, it's everywhere. It's normal.
I'm sure in the Air Force you were just harassed. I mean, I'm because I've seen the Israeli forces and the women are amazing. Right?
Yeah.
But then I also know Israeli men, and come on, bro. Like
Yeah.
they harass you when you walk by them in the kiosk
Yeah, they
at
do.
the mall.
No,
like
yeah, they do.
at the kiosk,
They
they're
do.
harassing me, a guy. Hey, buddy, you want
Hey, buddy.
steamer, buddy? I give you good price, buddy. 1 for 100. Come on, okay, 2 for 50. How did it go from 1 for 100 to 2 for 50, bro? Okay, 3 for 25. That's it. Fine, I give you $20. You take it. Just take it. Like they have to make a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Israelis are funny. I don't know. I mean, I miss home.
You want to go back to Israel?
No,
huh?
not to move, like not to live.
But you miss like the vacay,
Yeah.
like being there for a week. Oh, wait. Are you going back? Don't worry. I'm telling you, we've had worse.
Okay.
So
I want to go in the summer. Yeah, I'm gonna go visit in the summer. I'm trying to go to Ibiza this year.
Ibiza, of course.
Of course.
Ibiza. And have
Ibiza.
and go to Tomorrowland and all that
No,
stuff.
I don't really like Tomorrowland. Too mainstream.
Why? Oh, it's too mainstream. You need an underground.
Yeah.
You need to be like in a bunker, in a tunnel,
I need to be in like
a
a
subway.
underground subway, closed off, dark.
Yeah, that's your thing.
That's how
you
the
think you're a
clubs in Israel
vampire.
are.
You
Like
think you're a
it's
vampire?
completely dark. You've seen on my stories.
Yeah.
It's completely dark, and all you see is flashing lights, and there's a DJ booth right there.
So you think you're like Blade from
Who's
Blade, the vampire. Oh my gosh, this is. We can't even have a pop culture discussion. But I'm sure you know who Alesso is.
Yes, I do.
Alesso.
No, I don't like his music.
Why?
Sorry.
Who's your favorite DJ?
Wow. Oh, my dog.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I like so many. There's not one specific DJ I like. I mean,
You don't have a favorite?
I've been to a few shows of like different DJs. One memorable, but one like that was really like good was Solomon. I don't know if anyone knows who that is. No. I'll let you listen to him one time. No, it's good.
Okay.
And he came to Israel, and I was at his show it was on the Independence Day of Israel. So from 11 o'clock at night, I didn't even have a ticket. I snuck in. I didn't even have a ticket.
Of course.
The ticket cost like $200.
Which is 1/4 of your pay for the month.
And I was like, why would I? Like, my friend promised to get me in, and then he never answered my phone call. And then all of a sudden, everyone where the security guard just stampeded in. No one needed tickets anymore. So I just walked in with my
no one needed
my
tickets
best friend.
anymore?
Nope. You can just walk in.
Why?
Because
Why
everyone was stampeding to get in. And people just pushed down the security guards and gate, and then it opened. And I was like, wow, I'm going to take...
So you guys killed the security guards to get into this concert for free.
Yeah, well, worth it from 10 o'clock at night. No, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Until like 6, 7 in the morning, I was there.
So do you consider yourself like a party girl?
Yes.
So do you think that's like a lifestyle? Like how do people look at you? And how does that affect your dating? Like, are you constantly dating fuckboys because you're a party girl?
Not... Okay. I like the guys that are fuckboys because they're the hot ones. And I like the model type looking guys.
This is youth, guys. Look, remember, hey, I want you to replay. How old are you right now?
I'm 21, turning 22 in March.
And I want you to remember this. When's your birthday?
March.
March what?
20th.
March 20th. Nowruz?
Nowruz. I'm the Nowruz
That's
baby.
amazing. That's like, if I didn't have my birthday, that would be the birthday that I would want, right? So, because I love my birthdays in February 7th, and it's just, I like it.
Are you an Aquarius?
I am.
You're an Aquarius. Okay.
So you're a Pisces self.
I was born on the cusp, so I'm Pisces Aries.
Cusp, right? Which I'm not into like zodiac, but I'm
I am.
not into zodiac either, right? So I understand, like, it could be the truth. My thing is this. You like fuckboys. That's what you're saying right now at 21. Remember this, because I know a lot of girls who say that at 21, and by 31, they're like, why did I date all these fuckboys? Because while you're having fun, it's like the grasshopper and the ant, how the ant spent all this time like saving up, and then the grasshopper was out and just spending it all. And then one day the winter came and the grasshopper didn't have food and the ant had shelter and food. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's very relatable to relationships.
Yeah.
I'm talking to girls that now, as like people that are my friends, that have a very similar. And I remember when we were young and out and about, and as a guy, it's not as difficult because as a guy, I can stop and then like I get older and older, but the girls stay the same age. Like I just go back in time. I'm like, oh, okay.
I feel like guys.
That's how
are
guys
like,
work.
It's a girl has like from her 20s until her 30s to literally find a guy. By the time she's 30, then what are you gonna do? Come on.
That's what I'm saying. So you're like,
And then men.
but when you're 30, all the good ones are taken.
Yeah, and then the men in their 30s are looking for girls that are
In
my
their 20s.
age.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's these days. Or you could be a 40-year-old woman and date a guy that's 25, which is.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't actually translate into things if you want these things, like a family and
Yeah, no, I know.
children.
But
And
by the
it
time
doesn't
it's
really
too
happen
late,
as often.
then what can you do?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, and I'm not saying don't be a party girl. I'm just saying, and I say this to guys and girls equally. So don't just out there think that I'm saying this to only girls. But I'm saying it more to girls because there are that many more fuckboys in the world. Party responsibly.
Yeah.
So I'm not, because here's the thing. A lot of people confuse victim blaming with
Partying.
respectfully warning.
Yeah.
Like if I'm warning someone like, don't walk down a dark alley, but I'm not saying if something happens, it's your fault. I'm just saying you can prevent it by not walking down the dark alley.
Like
It's both.
A lot of it also starts in a club. Like you could be drinking and you're drunk and you're a girl, you're drunk. A guy can take advantage of you
course.
easily, and it's not your fault. But then again, you were there. You put yourself in that situation where you were really, really drunk, and this guy could literally take you. Then again, don't set your drink down in a public place and then have you roofied or things like that.
And it's wrong. The roofier is wrong.
The roofier is completely
But
wrong.
you can be vigilant and be aware.
You
like
could be very aware.
I prescribe to that 100% where it's like, be aware. Like, hey, girls in the world, be aware. I would say the same thing to guys like, yo, don't be a suburban kid from Beverly Hills and then go to Compton. Like, be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Just don't be stupid no matter who you are. Be safe. Safety first. Like, safety first. Like, I really feel that way,
Yeah, again, it just comes with that. If you're in that type of scene or you're in, exactly, if you come from Beverly Hills and then you walk in, let's say, can I say ghetto?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And
I don't know if it's offensive.
offensive to why?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know. But
you do
anyways,
realize you're black and Persian, though, right? There's very little you could do to be that offensive to anyone.
Like, let's say in LA, I would never leave my house at night unless I'm walking my dog in Beverly Hills. That's where I live.
Yeah.
I will never walk around. Like in Israel, it's the opposite. You can walk around until 7 a.m. in the dark by yourself. Well, there's some parts of Tel Aviv you can't, but everywhere is just so constantly busy that I can walk around at 4
But there's a lot of
morning.
people, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
there's a lot of people. There's
and
always
also crime overseas is so different, I feel
Yeah.
like. Like, you know where not to go specifically. Plus, people really don't. I feel like overseas, people feel bad if they rob you. Like, like they're not, like, they feel guilty.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry, I'm robbing you. Please, you know what? Actually, here, I'm going to give you money. Please don't tell anyone I did this. Please.
Yeah, it's
But I will take away all your human rights. But I will not rob you. Like, that's really how I feel. Okay. We can do a couple things. I can ask you some what if questions. Like, what if, right? And then, of course, we get to our topic, which today is actually going to be sexual harassment and what to think about it. If you've been harassed, how it's made you feel, that kind of stuff.
okay.
Like, we want some honest truth, because the whole point of the show is to get the female perspective, to know what, like, as guys, we don't know what girls think, and we never taught that. So it's nice to hear what girls think, like real life girls. What do you think? Because all we know about girls is from porn and Maxim. Like, we don't know shit. Mm-hmm. So what if, what if you went on a date and you were on this date and the guy kept bringing up his mom? Like, he kept talking about his mom. Constantly.
I actually dated a mommy's boy. That's a mommy's boy.
And?
No. Sorry, no. Like, you have to know that if you are getting into a relationship or going to marry a mommy's boy, the mom will always be number one. What does that mean? Anything you fuck up on, the mom knows. The mom knows. He'll call his mom first, not you first. The mom will just be interfering. Like, I mean, I dated a guy that was a mommy's boy, and like, I don't know, we'd be talking in like a serious conversation. Let's say his mom calls. Oh, no, we're gonna have to like not have this conversation. I need to talk to my mom. And then like we'll go in the other room and talk to his mom, and just like, it would be like, even if we're fighting over something, about like a couple fighting, so just mom, always mom. I have to call my mom. I have to do this for my mom. Oh, I can't hang out. I can't be with you today when we're dating. I have to go be with my mom. Which I don't mind. You can be with your mom, but when it comes to like a limit where I need to talk to you or we need to go somewhere together or this and this and this, and you put your mom in front, then that's what I'm gonna say. I am not the number one woman in your life. Then.
Well, my thing is actually the way I know you is because of your mom.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Your mom, like who's the sweetest, best-hearted person.
Yeah.
Like of all, and you have the cutest brothers and sisters.
I know.
They're precious. Like I love them. They're like grown little people. It's just like they're the cutest.
I know.
You know, and your brother and his glasses, he's precious.
I know.
The cutest. You know what I'm saying? They're just cute kids. And they're loving, sweet kids
They're
too.
beautiful kids too.
Yeah. So like are you like a mama's girl?
I am a mommy's girl, but I won't get in the way. Like I won't put my mom, like my mom will be involved in my relationship, but not to the point where like I need to call my mom for advice every 2 seconds. Or do you understand? There's a huge difference between a mommy's girl and like a mommy's girl in a relationship.
So does your mom have to approve of the relationship?
No.
That's not you. Like if your mom's like,
it's happened already. No.
And you would.
I'm sorry. No. Like if I like him, it's my decision.
Really? I mean, I don't know. I've never had a situation where my family has ever intervened ever. However, I don't know if I could be with someone who did not get along with my family ultimately.
Okay, I would love my mom's approval. But let's say if it comes down to where I'm in love with someone or I want to be with someone and she doesn't agree, well, you're gonna have to put your differences aside and.
But wouldn't you say that your mom maybe has better experience, knows more, thinks more, like has more in that realm?
Yeah.
So maybe she has a better say. I mean, I'm not saying, hey, moms are always right, but moms do typically want the best for their kids, you know?
Yeah.
And experience plays a good part, like a large part.
Yeah.
Like now I realize like all my friends that my dad told me weren't good for me really weren't good for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
Like he'd be like my Bubba would be like he's not good for us. We don't. And I'd be like, Bubba, no, we're fine, blah and that. And then I realized now looking back, this nigga got me in trouble. Like, you know what? Actually, to be honest, I was probably the one that's not good for anyone. But that was just like, but my Bubba's never gonna cut me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like sometimes parents have insight, but then sometimes some parents want what's best for them and not in a relationship or what's best for their public view than what's actually best for their heart. And I've seen that in the Beverly Hills Jewish community.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, this person, you know, is a Nazarian, so let's ball out, you know?
Okay, well, I have not, since I've been back, oh, wow, you know what, yeah.
Why?
I saw this my mom knows this guy. My mom has been friends with, he's like a family friend for years. And so there was this guy and I thought he was really cute. So I said something and then my mom starts talking.
Of course. Your mom is listen.
My mom is
your mom's the queen. She's the best.
Yeah. So she told this guy, hey, you should totally like get to know my daughter, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He seems like a normal person. No, wrong. Went on a date with him. Wrong. Like, and he just wasn't the same person I met in the parking lot. And wow. And this was last night. I went on one date with him and he really kind of like freaked me out.
Why? What happened?
Because he was like, we're going to get married. And I was like, what? I'm like, I'm on a date with you and you're already planning like my future. And I'm like, I'm trying to like scare him off. I'm like trying to say, hey, like I want to be a DJ and I just don't want to be with, like, I was trying to scare him off. Okay. I don't want to be with you. And I kind of like want to be like around town, like not around town, not sleeping around, but like, I don't know if I'm going to be married and have kids. And this is what you're kind of implying to me. And like, I was just trying to scare him off the whole entire time. That is not true. I do want to get married and I do want to have kids and I do want to settle down. I was trying to scare him off. And he was literally trying to plan my relationship.
You were like,
him.
Oh shit, you want to get married? Nigga, I want to be a hoe.
Yeah, like,
I want to just hoe it up. Love orgies. Do you love orgies? No?
Like, I was like, what? I was like, the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? And
so he like,
Yeah.
Jumped the gun in that, and it
Jumped-
scared you off.
It freaked me out. And then he was like telling me how we're going to be great and happy. And then again, I was like, and then he was like, okay, so here's one example. So I was like, I'm looking for a job. He's like, okay, what kind of job? I was like, I think I'm going to go into bartending, at night. So I'm outside constantly until 4 a.m. Because I do like club, whatever. No, how are we going to be together? No, that's not a job for you. You need to do something where we can be together.
He was already being controlling?
Yeah. And it just scared the shit out of me. And then he called me after my date, and I just was like, I gotta go, bye. And I kept ignoring him, dodging him. And then later, yesterday, he was like, you're a liar. Like, you really hurt me. And,
my
and I was
gosh.
like, whoa. I was like, this guy's
And y'all
psycho.
only went out once?
We only went out once for an hour and a half. And then he was like,
Where'd you go?
I don't know. He took me to some cafe in Beverly Hills, but it doesn't matter. And he was just like, you really hurt me. I can't believe you did this to me. And this is just not okay. You're not showing me love. And I was like, bro, we've only been out one day and I've only known you less than a week. And it's just really freaked me out.
You really hurt me. Like,
and then
wow.
I was like, you're being really obsessive. And we speak Hebrew, by the way. And I wrote, you're being really obsessive right now. Like, I can't talk to you. And then he mentioned my father, which was,
wow.
if
Like,
anyone
yo,
knows-
I might beat this nigga's ass.
Yeah,
like, why
I
would
was
he
like,
bring
wow,
that up?
you don't even know I don't even know my father, but when you mentioned that
Like,
something
why
about
would you
my
bring that
father
up?
or like having to tell me I need a father figure.
Is he Persian?
No, he's Israeli.
Israeli.
And I was like, okay, you're being really obsessive and you're freaking me out. He's like, I'm blocking you. I was like, okay.
Yo, tell him to block me too.
I told him, I was like, okay, block me. Bye.
Yo, that's not cool. That's not cool at all.
I was scared. I feel really
that's not cool,
scared.
especially like what your mom went through and like your ordeal with your father that
Yeah.
he's not even aware of.
Yeah, I got
that
really,
wasn't cool.
And then he's
at
like,
all.
wow, I should never talk about a father to a girl, right? And I was like,
No,
wow,
you should
this man's
never
really trying to egg me on right now. And I just did not pay attention.
be passive aggressive. No, you should never do that. That was disrespectful.
That was horrible.
That was honestly very disrespectful of him. I don't know why he would think that's okay. In my opinion, that's a form of sexual harassment. Like, he tried to gaslight you. He tried to do a whole bunch of things, like make you sound great. Like, you guys just met. At least, he did you a favor. He showed you who he really was early. Because what could have happened is you could have fell for him, and then he became this person once you're deep in.
Yeah, thank God. And I didn't even like him because he was so clingy. He'd like be like, oh, we're going to be this and this, and we're going this. And I'm like, I don't even want to go out of the house. Like, I don't know. And then I tried telling him, I tried to make myself look like a psychopath. I was like, my dog is the only man for me.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, I'm going to like your dog too. He's going to be my dog. I was like, no, you are not telling me my dog's going to be your dog.
And that was the straw.
That was the straw. I was like, no, this is, I was like waiting the whole entire time. It's like, check please. Like, please like, get me out of here. And the restaurant was actually playing music. Here's another thing. The restaurant was playing like techno.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't hear what he was saying to me the entire time because he was like being really loud and obnoxious. So I was like tuning him out and listening to music. And the entire time he was talking to me, and I was like, wait, what? Like, I already knew this was not going to be the person for me. So I was like, what? The whole entire time I was pretending not to hear him.
Hilarious.
And then I was like, oh, by the way, I served in the Air Force, so I really can't hear well.
Is that what you said? You're hilarious. That's like dates gone wild. Like,
That was a horrible experience.
so no more him.
No, I was like, okay, block me. And then I was just like, okay, bye.
No, that's like these stories that I hear, and it's like dating is so crazy.
Dating is horrible. Dating is horrible.
Yeah.
Actually, that really freaked me out. I don't think I'm going to go on a date for a while.
Well, here's the thing. If we ever went on a date, I would up front be like, hey, I don't care if we get along or not. You would need to have my baby, and I'll tell you why. I need to have a Black and Persian baby. Now,
Okay.
this is like a defining thing I've realized later in my now, because like while girls are like coming on to me, I'm like, yo, you're great, but I don't want to have a full like if you're a full Persian, now my baby with you is gonna be 75% Persian and 25% Black, and I'm like, no, nigga, I need look. I've realized, like, or if like even if they're white, now they're half white and 25-25. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I would need the girl to be half and half of something. You could not be the majority of the genetics in my baby. Like you just can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Okay.
That's just like a thing. That's like a thing. I've been working.
But you're
I've
gonna
been
have a kid
formulating.
with anyone, and it's still gonna be like special. Like, you could have a kid with a white Persian.
I've seen a lot of kids, and not all kids are special. Like, if I have some loser kid, I'm gonna be off it. Like people are like, oh my God,
It's
if my
your
son's
kid.
gay, I'm gonna be bad. I'm like, if my son's gay, but the cool gay, I'm gonna be happy. Like, yes, like I'll be out there queen. Like,
Really?
I'm with you, bro. Like, be the cool gay. Like, I'm gonna need you to be cool in anything you do. You understand? Like, I need a cool, tall, good-looking kid. That's like healthy, sure. But if you're not healthy, but die like Tupac, I might be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want greatness. I want greatness. I want greatness.
Okay. I get it. I mean, again, first of all, it's your kid. Second of all, yeah, you would like to keep this going. I don't know many people that are Persian and black at all.
Yeah, trust me. I'm like, I can only be with me. Like, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I had a kid with a black, white, it would still look exotic because
Sure.
the other half.
Sure, but if they're white, okay, not black and white. She just meant a black or white Martin. Martin's half black, half white.
Really?
Yeah.
But you don't.
He looks white.
Yeah,
Like, he
you look
can't
white.
say the word nigga at all, ever, in any situation. Like, he just cannot. Like, he has to explain it. It's very Logic mix, not even Drake mix. Like, it's a thing. So, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for
Where
having
can
me.
people find you if you want to be found? I mean, I don't know. This guy might.
Oh God, I don't care if he sees this. Good for you. You know how much you freak people out. I have Instagram. Do I spell it out?
Yeah, of course.
So my Instagram is SashaElianna, Sasha Elianna, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, I wouldn't give my face. My Facebook's the same thing, Sasha Elianna.
I mean, you're like, I wouldn't give.
Yeah,
Actually,
I mean,
this is my social security number. It's you might as well have it all.
I don't even know.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Find her, check her out. Her stories are cool, and then hopefully she'll be a DJ and I'll manage her career. As far as us, you already know what it is. Each and every Tuesday, right here on Dash XM and iTunes. Thank you for Martin for uploading. Check us out on YouTube. See the video. Find the clips. We are the most exciting, boring show on radio, iTunes, and podcast, Imperfect Gentleman Show. I am Tehran Von Gosri. Mr. GK Supreme is not in the building. Find me at I am Tehran all across the board. And of course, the Justin Bieber picture I took last night is going viral. I don't even know why. That's my boy. And GK Supreme is at Mr. George Corey. Last name is Khouri. And we are Imperfect Gentlemen. Remember, nobody's perfect but us. See you guys next week.